Temptation and the balance of good and evil. Did Adam have a first wife? This is according to the book of Genesis, of course. On Solask, disputes about Adam's first wife and whether she was a human at all or a spiritual entity continue to this day. Perhaps the name Lilith was appointed for a reason, and her story is somehow more related to modern Judaism, Christianity, and Kabbalah than we think. People familiar with Hebrew will immediately see the similarity with the word Laila, which, when written in Hebrew, which does not have vowels, is extremely similar to Lilith. Laila is translated from Hebrew as night, and at night, as you know, evil spirits are awakened. That's why our Lord Jesus Christ asked his disciple in the Garden of Gethsemane to be praying with him at night. And remember, that was just a few days before his passion, and we know that in spring and autumn, we basically have 12 hours of night, 12 hours of day. And he was praying all night, because that's exactly what the monks and nuns in the Christian Orthodoxy do. They don't sleep at night. They pray all night, because that's when the devil and his minions and the black magic people do their curses at night. So the prayer at night is worth a lot. It's stronger and worth a lot more than praying during the day, by the way. So these are the evil spirits that have their activities at night when they're awake. The basic document that gives us the most complex picture of the existence of Lilith is the Ben Sira alphabet, dated 7 to 10 centuries AD. At the same time, there are earlier and later documents that speak of the existence of the first woman of Adam. This, for example, is Bereshit Rabbah, the Jewish midrash of the 3rd and 5th centuries AD, which is essentially an ancient interpretation of the first book of Moses, or the Kabbalistic treatise on the left emanation, written by Isaac Cohen already in the 13th century. There are chances the author or the scribe of the Zohar Kabbalistic handbook, Rav Moshe de Leon, knew something about Lilith's existence. So Ben Sira gives us the following picture. After the creation of Adam, the Creator realized that it was not good for man to be alone. Therefore he created a woman for him from the same earth and not from Adam's rib, and endowed her with the same properties of the soul and mind, similar to the Creator, and they named the newborn Lilith. By the way, according to the interpretation, Adam and Lilith were created in the form of a 20-year-old man and woman, so they could start creating children almost immediately. And then a dispute arose between them, who is on top and who is on the bottom. Adam insisted on the birthright and the superiority of a man over a woman, and Lilith insisted on the equality of women and men. In general, they did not agree, and Lilith ran away. She fled approximately to those lands where, according to the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, the army of the Pharaoh would later drown. There is a lot of controversy about this place connected with the clumsy translation of the word Suf, which some translate from Hebrew as the Red Sea, and others as reeds. So this place hung somewhere between the Red Sea and the coast of North Africa, in the region of the Bar Dawal estuary. Adam complained to the Almighty, and in response to which God sent angels to bring Lilith back. The angels flew in for Lilith, however she managed to negotiate with them. Initially, the Creator gave the angels the following directive. If Lilith refuses to return, then every day 100 of her children will die. To which Lilith responded with her threat, I was created to cause illness to babies, for boys within 8 days after birth, for girls within 20 days, and then she smeared herself on the angels, telling them that if she saw their names on babies, then she would not touch them. From here came the Jewish tradition to hang newborn amulets with the names of the 3 angels, Senoi, Sensenoi, and Semangelof. Lilith agreed that 100 of her children would die every day. Then Lilith found her betrothed, the leader of the demons Samael, and began to actively produce children with him, and more likely evil spirits. Every day 100 of them died, but the fertility, you see, was at a much higher rate. Meanwhile, God created Eve, already from his own rib, but from Adam, of course, but what came of it, you know for yourselves. The experiment which took place was obviously unsuccessful, and Eve led God's plan to a dead end. It's not about Eve, but on who Lilith was. The treatise on the left emanation, quote unquote, mentioned above endows Lilith, first of all, with a spiritual essence, opposing it paired with Samuel to Adam and Eve, a sort of balance of good and evil. In addition, modern Christianity and Judaism also reject the carnal component of Lilith, speaking of the allegorical nature of her image and endowing her with exclusively non-material properties, the main of which is temptation. Based on this point of view, it turns out that when the Creator endowed Adam with all spiritual feelings, one of them was just a temptation and extended not only to sexuality, but also to all other spheres, or sephirot, as in Kabbalah, otherwise spiritual worlds. Well, for those who want to believe in the carnal existence of the demon Lilith, after all, it does not cost anything for a demon to move into a person. And this is on Soul Ask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.